Valentine's Day. It's your girl Shalae, and I'm back today with another video. In today's video, we're going to discuss the stalled child tax credit. And when I tell you it's moving slower than syrup, it is moving slower than syrup. We're also going to talk about tax refunds. We have one state that is proposing to give $10,000 in child tax credit, as well as we have some proposals for a child tax credit when it comes to daycare and childcare as well. So if you want to know what's going on in the lovely world of child taxes, you already know what to do. Stay tuned. Your girl's got you covered. Now, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, hi, hello, hey, friends. My name is Shalae, and here on this channel, we discuss shopping, saving, and everything in between. I would love to have you a part of my internet family. Super easy. Click the big old red subscribe button down below when you're in, just like that. And while you're at it, go ahead and give me a like. Now, guys, you know these yellow roses have been rocking and rolling with us all week long, so I'm going to just still go ahead and keep them here. And this is like my gift to you this Valentine's Day. So let me know down in the comments, what are you guys doing? Now, of course, if you are not an Amazon Prime member, you can try it out free for 30 days. All you have to do is click the link down in the description box or in the cards, and you're in there. So let's go ahead and talk about it, guys, because I see a lot of people want to know what is going on in the Senate. Why is there stalling on Capitol Hill right now when it comes to this child tax credit? Because this is just stressing me out. Like, all this lack of direction from Congress regarding this $78 billion tax package. Not only is it complicating tax season for millions of taxpayers and small business owners, because, you know, they need the credits as well, but also for like low-income families, because those are the ones that are really like bearing the brunt of the impact. Now, we all know that the current tax season is well underway. It started on Monday, January 29th. And, you know, I've been looking to see, like, what does Chuck Schumer has to say? And he's like, look, I'm working with both of my colleagues right now. We're trying to get this done as soon as possible. Now, a lot of households are not necessarily impacted by the child tax credit, because some people are like, look, girl, I went on and filed. I'm waiting on my money. But a lot of people, too, are still kind of trying to navigating that thin little margin, like, hey, am I going to get my credits back? Am I going to have to amend my refund? How long is it going to take if they do pass it? The additional amount of money, like, I need my money timely. And I get it. And honestly, to me, it is very irresponsible of Congress to go ahead and delay the voting, because taxpayers do need that bigger tax refund if the bill does pass as well. But before getting this tax refund as well, you have to decide whether you want to file or still just wait for more guidance. Because some people are like, girl, I'm just going to wait. But speaking of the child tax credit, a lot of people have been asking me about their tax refund. How would it affect their money? So let me kind of explain it this way and just break it down to you, right? Okay, so it's not really about the child tax credit. It's about the additional child tax credit, because the additional part is what is really refundable. And then if you claim like the earned income tax credit or the additional child tax credit, then you can expect to receive your refund by February 27th. Now, this is coming directly from the IRS. Of course, if you file your taxes online, you select direct deposit, all those things, they don't have any issues, no fraud or anything like that. You in there. You in there like swimwear, okay? Now, when I say it's not necessarily about the child tax credit, let me break it down to your Barney style, okay? So it's not about the child tax credit, but it's about the additional child tax credit, because that's the refundable part. So let's say you made $50,000 and you had taxes withheld because you made enough money that now the IRS is like, girl, you need to pay us. But let's say like that tax liability for the year without the child tax credit was $5,000, right? So then it's like, hey, with one child, your tax credit is $2,000. So you would have owed $5,000, but now because you have this child, you're only on the hook for those $3,000, not the $5,000. No worries. There's no delay for you at all. You're just using your child tax credit. You still owe the federal income tax. Just say that $2,000 or $3,000. Nothing. You're good to go, right? But let's say you made $20,000, and out that $20,000, only $700 of that you owe for taxes. But now you still have that same one kid. So now you get $2,000 for that one kid. Well, now your credit amount that the IRS will owe you is $1,300 because you only owed $700. You get $2,000 for that child. That leaves $1,300. So the IRS is saying, okay, you don't have to pay any federal income taxes. There's still this $1,300 left over. This is what we owe you. That is the additional child tax credit, the refundable part, because they could easily say, hey, you only have $700, we're giving you $2,000, it's a wash. No, they're giving you that as a refund. And so by law, the IRS has to hold on to those funds until mid-February and give them time to check to make sure you're not filing anyone else's child, there's not any fraud, and then they will start processing the refunds. Now, there's a lot of back and forth. Their refunds are being processed this week, meaning most affected taxpayers who have already filed will receive their refunds. But some people are checking their IRS transcripts and they're saying that they're going to get paid on February 15th or February 18th. A lot of times your IRS transcript will tell you exactly when you're going to receive your refund unless you get like a transaction code. And so some people say, Shalae, I received a transaction code of 810. What does that mean? That means that like the IRS may have some issues with your tax refund and they might freeze those payments until the issues are set up, okay? So your IRS account, you can go on there and check and it'll let you know. Of course, you can go through the portal and it'll let you know as well. But I hope that kind of clears up, like for people that just normally file taxes and use the child tax credit and they owe regardless, they're still going to get their money. They're still going to be able to do that. But if you are using the additional child tax credit or the earned income tax credit, then more than likely you may start to receive your refunds February 27th. Now the IRS said, of course, like it could be a few days earlier, it could be a few days later. That's if there's no issues with your taxes at all. All right, so I hope that broke things down for you. Now, obviously, the average tax refund right now is almost 29% lower this season than other seasons. That's according to IRS data. This is the early data, and they said the average refund is about $1,395 versus $1,963 in previous years as well. But remember, once they released this data, it was only based on like 5 days of data compared to they put 12 days of data last year as well. So this is just early statistics. I'm sure as we continue to go through the 2024 tax season, we'll see a lot of different things as well. Now, of course, in some of my other videos, I talked about where a lot of states are doing their own child tax credit. Well, in Wisconsin, now they are up as well, where they want to move to $10,000 for child tax credit. So this is a proposal to expand child tax credit. And they said it's more than likely to get the support of the governor as well. They had a unanimous bipartisan support on Tuesday evening. Now, this bill would allow the allowable income tax credit for $10,000 for one child to $20,000 for 2 children or more. Now, of course, it's still going to have to go through the Senate in Wisconsin, but they're saying that a lot of people are in favor for this bill as well. Now, as it currently stands, the policy, Wisconsin families can receive tax credits up to $3,000 for one child. I want to say it's $6,000 for 2 or more children. But this new proposal would bring the state in line with the federal child tax credit statute as well. So despite like this proposal that is originating from a party other than its own, a lot of people said this plan seems to be like something that would work. And the governor did tell reporters over the weekend that he is kind of for the bill. So he is hoping that the proposal is not going to do anything but help people and help providers of the child as well. So hey, I mean, I told you, this is where states are stepping up. We talked about where Minnesota has stepped up. We talked about where Michigan is sending out checks. They started already sending out their checks as well. but they're trying to give a way where families can keep a little bit more hard-earned money in their pockets as well. Now, in Wisconsin, they introduced 3 other bills as well. They had one that will make it tax exempt for the first $75,000 in retirement income for state residents that are 67 or older. So the first $150,000 as well for joint filers. Then they also were looking at increasing the state's tax credit for married couples from $480 to $870 as well. So it's like Wisconsin right now is kind of rocking and rolling, and it is going to the Senate for consideration. Now, parents could also get up to $8,000 under a new Democratic bill as well. So this is in support of families that are grappling with the cost of child care as well. So there are Democratic senators who have now introduced what is called the Child and Independent Care Tax Credit Enhancement of 2024. Now, with this bill, they pretty much want to offer a credit for parents that are paying for their child like daycare as well. So they want to increase like that financial assistance and provide to families for child care expenses. So it doesn't really help my seniors at all. I'm looking, guys, but under this bill, the family could receive a double credit, pretty much $4,000 for one child, then $8,000 for 2 or more children as well. So they want to do this bill to kind of keep up with the cost of living right now, especially like with inflation. And they said that this does not diminish. And a lot of parents are struggling when it comes to trying to pay for childcare, trying to still work as well. Now, the bill does aim to make this credit more accessible as well to like low income families by making it refundable as well. So remember earlier, that refundable portion is what we talked about. Say if you don't owe enough in taxes, whatever would be left over, it's refundable, which means you will get that benefit or that amount back in your pocket. So I hope this kind of breaks things down. A lot of people saying, hey, like we would love to take advantage of this child care credit as well. But let me know, what do you think about doubling the amount from $2,000 to $4,000 for one child, and then $8,000 as well? Now, also we are headed to Maine as well, where victims of the severe storm and flooding, now you can have your taxes pretty much delayed as well or postponed. So due to the destruction that was caused by severe storms and flooding that took parts in Maine, I want to say it happened on December 17th. And then the IRS did go ahead and announce that those affected taxpayers, you will receive like the tax relief, and now your taxes have been postponed up until June 17th as well. Now, depending on deadlines that are falling on or after December 17th of 2023. So we do have that going on, but this is what we have, guys. Let me know, what do you think about the bill being stalled in Congress? Have you already applied or pretty much submitted your taxes, or are you going to wait? Now, don't get up in my comments, guys, if they approve it and be like, well, when am I getting my extra money? So we don't know. It's taking a little bit of time, but this is what we have. And let me know, what are you doing this Valentine's Day? As always, grab you some Amazon Prime. It's free. It's absolutely free. And please like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you later, Gator. Bye, guys.